Okay, I would like to share a dream with you that I had in October of 2021. I live in the Western Cape in South Africa, and the dream started off with me standing in my aunt's backyard. I was standing there on my own and I was looking up at the sky, and it was in daylight, and I looked at the sun, or I believe that it was the sun, it was very bright, and it was partially covered over by clouds, and it looked as though there was a second sun behind it. However, I just want to mention, in my dream, I perceived these two celestial bodies to be moons. So I don't know, they looked 100% like suns, but in my dream I remember thinking that they're two very bright moons. And as soon as I was sure that I saw both of them, I ran back into the house to go call others to come out and come have a look. And as soon as we all got back outside again, I saw about 5 or 6 celestial bodies in the sky. Whether they looked to be planets, but I remember again in my dream thinking that they looked like moons, because they were all different colors. There were blue and gray ones, and there was a red one, but they were full circular, like a planet would be, and they all started moving around. And I remember specifically just looking at the planets moving around and not having a clue or not understanding what it is that I was seeing. And then they started forming a straight line. And as soon as they lined up, it's as though somebody flipped a switch in me, and I immediately knew it is now. The rapture is now. And it wasn't a gradual, I almost want to say idea that came up, or something that I thought, oh, maybe it could mean that. It genuinely was like flipping a light switch, that instantness of it, the knowing that I got as soon as the planets lined up. It is now, the rapture is now. When I looked back down, there were 2 guys standing in front of me, and I immediately shared the gospel with them and told them that the rapture is going to be now. And it was quite strange because they didn't question anything. They immediately trusted in what I was saying and believed, and they accepted Jesus as Lord. And as soon as they turned around to go out to go tell others, because it was such an urgent situation, the dream ended. And at the time when I had the dream, I shared this with a few friends. However, I did not fully understand what it meant, even though it was such a strange dream of seeing these planets, or what I thought at that time might even have been moons, lining up. And it's only in April this year where I saw a few videos of the rare planetary alignment that started at the end of April. And I had a look. It actually continues until the end of June. And I think it is in June 24th. Pretty much all 9 of the planets line up. They all line up on one side of the sun. Neptune and Pluto can't be seen if you use stellarium. You won't see them. You'll actually have to look them up and then zoom in. And they're in alignment as well. And I thought, it is such a rare occurrence, and it was such a strange dream that I wanted to share it. I'm not saying that my dream is 100% connected to this planetary alignment, but I do feel that it will be connected to something like this, and it's quite a significant alignment. The 4 initial planets that lined up at the end of April, the previous time that they lined up in the way that they did on the same side of the sun was over 1,000 years ago. So yes, I thought I'd share that, and I will also include a few videos of other people's dreams. And something that I just wanted to perhaps mention that is interesting is the fact that all the dreams that I've seen that other people have had about the planetary alignments have all been Christians. And it's all been connected to the rapture. So I thought that was quite interesting.
So I look up. It's like we're hiding out, trying to like stay low, like, and everything. And I look up. And I look up, I lift up my eyes. I don't even need to like really lift up my neck or anything. Like I lift up my eyes like so, and I see these huge planets in the sky. And they're all lined up. I don't see them from a horizontal sideways view. I see them straight on, straight on. I see them, they're straight on. And I see them and they're lined up, and it's like I can see it's like it seems like the smallest one is closest, and then behind it is the next bigger one, and the next bigger one, and the next bigger one, and the next bigger one. And I mean it's all the planets, all of them, because in the first dream that I had when I seen them aligned, I seen all of them as well, only named off of like four of them or whatever, because I don't remember like all the names honestly. So so but it was all of them in the first dream with the planets aligning. They were on top of the moon, and they were stacked up, boom, 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 and they had their names all next to them, but it was all nine of them. And so, but like I said, only named off a few because I didn't want to get stuck. Like, oh, what's the other one? So in this one, I seen them all as well. I seen them all all of them, and they were, like I said, from like smallest to the next bigger one, 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 all nine, I believe, right? Nine, right? So so all of them, and it's a frontal view. And I believe the Lord had me in Australia just for this. I could be wrong, but I think it's because in the southern hemisphere they might see it from a straight on view and whatnot. I don't know, I'm not sure, but that's what I was kind of pulling from it, was the dead on view, because I know others have seen it from a side, sideways. But anyway, I wanted to share that, because there was like I said, there was a lot in the dream going on, but I feel led definitely to share this last part. Now, what happened when I seen these planets? I said this. I said, it's time. I said, it's time. And I did feel this sense of dread because I knew that like judgment was coming. Like it wasn't coming, it was here. Like judgment was here. And so I felt this sense of dread for the people. But I went into prayer for myself immediately to make sure that I was in right standing with the Lord. I started repenting. I closed my eyes and I started repenting, asking the Lord for forgiveness of all my sins. And then I was praying to be counted worthy. I was praying, asking the Lord to count me worthy of escaping these things that are to come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. And then I feel this energy inside. I feel something going on. I feel this change is happening. I feel something is going on. I feel this energy building inside of me.
I just wanted to share with you a dream that I thought was maybe a little bit more urgent. It's a recent dream that I had on September 14th of this year. And I really wanted to do my dreams in order, but I don't know, this one I just wanted to get out there a little bit sooner if I could. So this is a short dream. I was outside at night on some grass, and I was looking up at the sky, and there were some other people that were also looking up at the sky, but I didn't know them, and for some reason I didn't think that they were Christians. I don't know how I knew that, but I was looking up at the sky, and then all of a sudden I saw, like, right in my face, I saw all the planets, like, and they were huge, and I knew that it wasn't real, but it was just very magnificent, and I just saw them all lined up except for one. One was not quite in place in line with the other ones. And in my dream, I I didn't think that this was about that there's an alignment coming at some time. I was thinking about that it was a timeline in the sky, in the heavens, that something was about to happen in the heavens, and it was like, it was almost time, like there was one more thing that needed to go into place before something in the heavens, and I don't know what that would be, but I'm just saying what I saw in my dream, and that's what I wanted to share with you today. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Quick video. I've been talking to some brothers and sisters who's had this same dream even years ago. The planets aligned when the rapture happens. Please try to warn everybody you can. At least I'm posting a video that a sister sent me this morning from Bischute in my description. Please check it out. There's many people, like I said, that's had planet alignment dreams, and I didn't even know it was possible. If y'all look at my last video, not the short, but the one before, I didn't even know this was possible when the Lord showed me this. And I just figured out this morning I knew it was 7 years ago, but I hadn't even thought of the date. It was 7 years, probably to the date, I didn't write the exact date down, that I became born again because of the car wreck and my mother passing on the same day both years. Like, is the Lord not so incredible? Like, he literally showed me this 7 years in advance before I even became saved. Almost to the day. And probably the day, because I posted it on my Facebook, because when I saw this dream, it's the first dream I ever got from him. But I don't remember what planets it was. I just remember they were all aligned and huge. Watch my last video. It was a warm summer day on the beach. This was 7 years ago. I didn't even know planets aligned. I didn't even know stars fell. I tried to draw this. I'm no artist, but the sky was opening up. It was like all dark storm clouds just covering the sky, and like the door, which we know is Jesus in the door now, but back then when I wasn't, I didn't know these things. It was doom and destruction. I knew death was imminent. Things were being sucked up and stars were falling. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt it was stars falling. He made me know this. But what I just figured out, and I don't know why I didn't think of this, is even the smallest, tiniest star is way bigger than Earth. So when it talks about stars falling in the Bible, it makes me wonder if it's symbolic. Angels are referred to as stars many times. Is this the fallen angels? Or, they're having a war in heaven. This is the bad angels that fall down. And then tribulation immediately starts as we're sucked up, because, go watch my last dream, things were being sucked up. I didn't even know what the rapture was back then. But I know I saw the alignment. And like I said, I didn't document which planets it was. I remember one of the first planets had rings around it. And like I said, I've got a terrible memory. But I wish I would have documented. But in this video, I am linking. There was a dream I saw of a brother last night, Justin, and I'll link it also. But a short clip of it is in this video, where last year he was shown these exact planets. He literally names them, and he said he knew and how they were lined up, just like Patrick at Hourly Watch's photo. He shows of that blue sky in between two high rises, and all the planets were vertically, like looking straight up. Once again, like I saw it like that. They were definitely lined up. So check out the 2 links in my description. Actually, I'll probably post about 4 of them, because there's this sister named Andrea who's had this reoccurring dream of planet alignments also. I'm sure it's okay with her if I post her content. But, guys, this looks like it. I would not ever say a date. I don't know a date. I couldn't say a date if I wanted to, because I don't know. But I truly believe this is it. And to my understanding, this planet alignment is going to be going on for the next 2 months. and even Mercury joins in June. I honestly believe this month is...
It's your sister, April. I'm coming to you with a video that I had, I want to say it was 3 nights ago now. I definitely would like to know if anybody has an interpretation of this dream, if you do, just go ahead and make a comment below and let me know what you were thinking and if the Lord reveals something to you or a scripture to go with it. But there I was walking through college, because I am in college, and I was walking through the campus, and nothing was familiar to me, but I knew it was a campus, and I knew I was in school, because that's what I'm going to be doing anyways. But I remember looking up, and it had to be kind of like late I want to say like 5 o'clock in the evening. And anyways, I remember looking up into the sky, and I could see the moon. You know how sometimes you could see the moon during the daylight. Well, that's exactly what it was looking like. The moon was in the daylight time still. But then, as I looked, continued to look, I seen there was 4 other planets, which were moon-like, like moon. It looked like a moon, but they were all lined up, 4 of them. And I remember saying, "Oh my God, look, there's 4 planets lined up." And I was talking to myself when people were walking by, but nobody seemed like they noticed what I saw. And as I was looking at the 4 planets lined up, then they became 9 planets, and they were all in a circle. And they were just like a normal circle. And I remember fear came over me. And I remember looking, like, holding my head down, like I didn't want to see what was going on. But I knew it had to do with the end times. I knew it had to do with the coming of the Lord. And I remember the Lord speaking to my spirit saying, "Don't be fearful." And it's like a peace came over me. And I felt like I was in the spirit. And I don't know why, but when I woke up, I still had, like, my heart was racing really, really fast. But that was the end of that dream. So if anybody has an interpretation or what you believe the Lord is trying to speak, or if he's speaking anything in that dream, or you have a scripture, please leave a comment down below. All right. God bless you.
How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing good. I wanted to start off with this dream that I actually had this morning. I guess I would say last night, this morning. I had it all night. May 3rd, 2017. Well, I'm gonna go right through it. It started off like this, and I was out in this, I don't know, I don't recognize this place because I was in this community or whatever, but I had my own home, but we were all in this community. It was a bunch of people, and it was quite a few people that I've actually seen on YouTube, like have YouTube pages and stuff like that. It was a lot of people in this community, and I remember one of them coming up to me. She was asking me for something, telling me something. I won't share this on here, but it was quite personal. But let's just say when I went away from this person, I went to go brush my teeth or whatever. As I was brushing my teeth, I looked outside. It was pretty dark out. It was like nighttime. As I was brushing my teeth, I looked outside and I looked in the sky and I saw all the planets aligned with one another. They were all aligned, like all lined up. And it hit me. I was like, why am I able to see all the planets lined up like that? Like all the planets were just lined up. And I was like, okay, all right. And then I try to go back to my room. Then I notice as I'm outside, I'm outside all of a sudden. I don't know how I went from the bathroom and just looking out my window. Now all of a sudden I'm outside. And while I'm outside and I'm looking outside, I notice these people. Well, these people started coming out from the ground. Like I was like, what's going on? like they were coming from the ground, like digging themselves out from the ground. The ground was cracking and people was just coming out of there. And I was like, all these dead people, where all these dead people coming from? But they didn't look dead. These people looked at, they looked fresh and clean, like they had flesh in them. They didn't look skeletons and bones. The only way you can tell they were dead were because they was coming down from the ground and everything, and they were wearing these old clothes like centuries ago, like from the 1700, the 1400, the 1200s, the centuries. But here, because I was in America, the latest I saw was around 1700, 1600. I don't know. But these people were just, like I said, they were they were all coming from the ground. They were dead people. And then everybody was gathering. There was so many of them coming out. Like, you could not keep up with how many people were coming from the grave. I mean, all over. And then normal people from our time, our centuries, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, they were coming out too. So I realized this was the resurrection of the dead. Like, all these dead people was gathering with each other, and they was getting, and then all of a sudden, I mean, it was massive of these people. There was so many of them. So they all gathered up, all of them, in a big old circle, and a big old, I mean, it was a bunch of them. I could not count how many people they were. There was just a lot of them. And they looked good. Like, these people looked good. They did not look like their skin did not look bad. They looked beautiful, like great. Everybody looked beautiful, like perfect. Everybody looked perfect. All the people that rose again, they all looked perfect. And that was the resurrection of the dead, I believe, you guys. And they were all gathered together in a circle. And I remember this one guy, I would say he would look like he was from the 1400s. That's how old this guy was. He grabbed my hand and said, "Where you going? Come with us." I was like, what? I was like, where are you guys going? And then all of them, when they were all circled up, they were all glowing and everything, and it was all getting ready to go up in the sky. Like, everybody was getting ready to go descend